Hi everyone, my name is Davidtki, and I'm basically going to be our DOS block for this event. I'm going to be playing 4 DOS games back to back, and if you've heard about the upcoming DOS Cathlon, then 3 of the games that I'm playing tonight are going to be in DOS Cathlon, and they will be the same goals as in DOS Cathlon. However, we're starting with the one game that is not in DOS Cathlon, One Must Fall by Epic Mega Games, as they were called back then. I think they're just Epic Games now. This is basically a fighting game, kind of like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, but it's giant robots, so that makes it instantly 10 times cooler, or something like that. I don't know. Epic had an edgy streak back then. Probably still do. So a couple of things before we begin this run. Configuration has to be very specific. Shadows high, animation on. Screen shaking is optional, but I'm going to leave it on. But then for gameplay, the difficulty level will be Champion, which is the highest normal difficulty. Fight mode is Hyper, which allows certain moves to be done differently. You can move cannon shots around or do leaps in the air. And then under Advanced Options, Re-Hit mode is on, which basically enables combos. All of these settings are basically specified on the leaderboard, as well as one other that I can't show you, which is that DOSBox is running at 14,500 cycles, and I'm supposed to be capturing the outer window of DOSBox to show you that, but you'll just have to take my word for it. We're just going to do the one-player game. Top-level runs will pick Shuro as the pilot because of his maxed-out power, but I prefer Raven for a little more safety. He's got more endurance, a little less power, and a little more agility. I did have a bid war going on to pick which robot I'm going to play as. One of Jaguar, Shadow, Shredder, Chronos, or Pyros. Since I don't have any bids for that war, I'm just going to go ahead and pick Shredder because that's what I feel like playing tonight. We'll go ahead and start time in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So yeah, this is a fighting game, and Ibrahim first is kind of a rough one to get. He's one of the hardest opponents to fight because he's maxed out on endurance. You've got a health bar, but you've also got kind of a stamina bar, the blue bar underneath. When it runs out, your bad guy is temporarily stunned for a little bit. You kind of want that to run out as quickly as possible, but Ibrahim, with his high endurance, is fairly difficult to actually knock out. He's pretty slow, ouch. Whereas he has just knocked me unconscious. Champion is not at all an easy difficulty. Hold on. Alright, got him. So, if I was doing a pure speedrun, I would not be doing this. Destroy him while he's down. Destruction bonus. Did I even get a vitality bonus? Christian's another difficult one to fight, and he's in the Pyros, another very difficult robot to fight. Oh, there are stage hazards here, gotta be careful. Got him. Okay. So yeah, Shredder, it basically has a blender, his blades for hands and feet, and that's its main gimmick, although its kicks kind of feel like they go backwards for me. Pyros is basically a space construction robot that uses flames to maneuver around, but very difficult to fight him. Alright, so when you defeat your bot, you can do something called a scrap and a destruct, which is kind of like Mortal Kombat's fatality. But scrap is basically you kind of kick them while they're down. You got to do the scrap before you do the destruct, and the destruct you destroy them completely. Gargoyle, air superiority basically. It's hey, we just finished a game with a Gargoyle, didn't we? You can only do the scrap and destruct once you've done the final round. Yeah, it's a best 2 out of 3. You can set that, but the leaderboard settings say best 2 out of 3. So yeah, scrap, down, down, forward, nothing punch. And when I say nothing punch, I mean you need to not be holding forward when you press it. And then destruct is down, down, up punch. Down, down, up, nothing punch. Ooh, Electra is another hard one to fight. Electrical bot, gonna... It has a lot of weird kicks that make it hard to approach, and it tends to combo you pretty well. But yeah, I guess I got him this time. Shredder's special attacks, basically, he can do that little kickflip thing, send out his arms backward and forward. Ow. Oof. Yeah, you can see that. Electra grabbed me, comboed me until I was unconscious. This is not as easy as it looks. I'm playing on Champion, and the computer is really good about blocking everything you do on this difficulty level. There are harder difficulty levels like Deadly and Ultimate, but this is the hardest normal level, and the computer is usually pretty merciless. Ooh, Crystal, pretty fast, but not a lot of endurance. Boom, hit him with my head. Got to do something a little bit different there. The kickflip is really good for closing distance. I don't have a lot of speed otherwise. Ow. This is going a lot more smoothly than it usually does in practice. And yeah, this does have a speed run, and technically the scrap and destruction are not necessary. In fact, they slow me down, but whatever. They're cool. Milano is also really fast, has even less endurance than Crystal does. But he's in a Shredder, and like myself, Shredder's moves tend to have hit priority over other things. Boom. I love comboing like that. Take that, evil me! What are all my special moves? There's the kick flip thing, which is like a down kick. I think hyper mode is basically allowing me to interrupt my own attack with a kick like that. Kick, 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 kick. There's this sending out the Shredder hands thing, which is a down back punch. There's also a headbutt, which is a down forward punch, but it's pretty risky to use because if he blocks it, then you're gonna end up recoiling off of his block, and that gives him an opening to hit you and probably combo you. Yet, I haven't done too much comboing. The re-hit combo mode usually matters a lot more for other robots like the Chronos. Ooh, the Chronos. I'm fighting a Chronos. And the Jaguar. Ow. Maybe the Pyros. Shuro, it isn't quite as hard to fight as some of the other pilots, but he does have maxed out power, so you don't want to let him get any hits. And he has 0 speed, so like half endurance, which is ow. Which means he's probably not gonna go down lightly. But destroy him all the same. The Chronos' special abilities, teleport, stasis field, lock you in, freeze you, and then do a teleporting kick. But most of his special abilities aren't really worth using, just his regular attacks are fine. There's like your kick, your back. There's like your kick, your back kick, your front kick, your ducking back kick, your ducking forward kick, your ducking regular kick. All the same things for punch as well. You've also got aerial punch and aerial kick. They're pretty much different between each robot, but in general, your forward is ooh, got a nice finish there with the fire. Your forward kick is your forward attacks are usually pretty fast, and your back attacks are usually pretty strong. Aha, we've got our final boss here, Major Krasak, playing as the Nova. The Nova is basically a hidden bot, kind of a secret, very powerful, huge, hulking, hurts a lot, has missiles, can cause earthquakes by hitting the ground. He's that strong. Basically, one of the best bots you can get. And plus, Major Krasak himself has a lot of endurance, so you're pretty unlikely to knock him out. And so you basically got to wear out his health and keep the onslaught on him so that he can't pelt you with missiles and grenades from afar. Time's gonna be on the last hit. If I win, oof. That's okay. Best of 3. I think that's the first match I've lost. Let's try that again. That shredder hand maneuver is pretty easy. Oh, he just tried to belly flop me. And that's time. 8:08 by my clock. Well, maybe 8:07. I timed it late. So there we go. That's one with Spall, the single player mode. Now, however, the single player mode is probably just kind of a taster for what I consider the real game, which is going to be the tournament mode, which basically involves you building up your pilot skills, building up your robot, right here, tournament play. And this is a very cool mode with this game, but it involves somewhere around, I would say, like 100 fights or so. It would probably take a couple of hours to do, so that's not going to be part of this today. We're just doing the single player mode. So let's move on to the next game. So stick around.